Semi next, please. Sportsman semi. Let's line up the Sportsman semi. Next, gentlemen. These are the top 10 in point standings. Missing Atchison, who's not here tonight. So the top 10 cars out of the Sportsman division. Out of the corner we come down, and Bruce Lee leads them around. Boy, are they tight. Whoa, Lindo's loose. He gathers it back up. The 18 car of Andy Wendt of Watertown out in front. Wendt of Watertown leads it. The rest of the guys fighting to the front. There goes Pete Moore by on the high side. And here comes the other 76 car of Nelson as he moves into the number 3 spot. The current point leader, Lyle Phillips, chasing the 76, trying to move into the number 4 position. 10 laps in the dash tonight for the Sportsman car. Peter Moore begins to eat up the lead that the 18 car of Andy Wendt had early on as he's got it down to about 4 car lengths. We're halfway through. Around and around we go as 8 are now by the boards. The white flag will be out the next trip around for the 18 car of Andy Wendt. And then it's the 76 blue and the 76 black of Peter Moore and Rick Nelson. Nelson getting some heat from the Phillips brothers in pair. Lyle in the 70 and the 27 David. Chase him around. Here comes Andy Wendt down to the checkered flag, as Peter Moore is able to close it down to a car length, but that's all. As Moore finishes second and Nelson finishes third, followed by Dave Phillips across the line. Andy Wendt out of Watertown, your winner. 76 Pete Moore out of McFarland, finishing in the number 2 spot. And out of Madison, Wisconsin, in the other 76 car is Rick Nelson. And now we go still in the Sportsman division. We want you guys to form up at the main gate immediately after the next race. Kaiser Ford drivers, we want you to report to the main gate immediately so we can get you out for the parade. And we've got Russ Gray in the 30 car added to this. He's out of Madison, Wisconsin. Russ Gray out of Madison in the Bud Light 82 Thunderbird. And the green is out. 15 laps in the semi-feature out of the Sportsman division. Larry Hafes in the 69 car is leading as the 33 Skoll Bandit car is out in the mud and the blood and the beer out of harm's way out there. Remember, 2 of these guys are going to move into the feature event. 2 cars going to move into the feature event. The 23X car of Klein runs second, and it's 11 of Jim Winkleman. There goes Ronnie Likeness in the 8 car. Ron Likeness in car number 8 goes roundy round, and that brings out the yellow flag. Ron Likeness in car number 8. Klein runs into number 2 position now, and 11 of Winkleman trying to close up. Bugsy Malin also in the 96 car. And Hafes and Klein, boy, really run away and hide, but Bugsy Malin in the 96 car takes over the number 3 spot. Whoa, Ronnie Likeness, get on the brakes, Ronnie. Scared the heck out of the guys in the cleanup truck. Ron Likeness out in the grass, and boy, she's slippery in the grass tonight. Of this, there is no doubt. And Mr. Likeness wants back in again as the 69 of Hafes leads it. Klein in the 23X running second. Bugsy Malin and Larry Winkleman are third and fourth. We have now 12 complete and 3 more to go. And the 25 car now spun down in the corner. The 25 spins down in the corner. Trying to do our book work up here. Get everybody in the proper order. A question came up from the pit area as to which of the 17 cars was in which position in the feature event or in the semi-feature for the next event. Here we go as we got 12 down, 3 to go. Well, Likeness right up against the outside wall, then he takes it right to the pit area. 13 are complete, 2 to go. Bugsy Malin not being able to close up very much on the leaders as Larry Hafes and Gary Klein come down to the white flag, and those two guys will advance to the semi or to the feature event. And Larry Hafes in the 69 car comes home a winner, followed across by the 23X of Gary Klein. And the flags are crossed, meaning one more time around. 25 laps are in the feature event for these guys. 25 laps. Late model feature is next. Here they come, and out of the corner and down to the green. Rick Nelson in the black 76 car takes the lead. Lyle Phillips runs right behind him. Remember, they drew for position today, so you got cars of different ability scattered throughout the field as these guys go racing on lap number 2. Lyle Phillips run the number 2 spot. Here comes Peter Moore in the 76 car. Pete Moore now runs third. Todd Krupp in the 26 car moves into the number 4 spot. Todd Krupp in 26 now running fourth. Rick Nelson leads it. Pete Moore in third. Sandwiched between him is the 70 of Lyle Phillips. Todd Krupp, and then the 18 car of Andy Wendt out of Watertown. Andy Wendt in the 18 runs in the number 5 spot. And Wilberg in the number 5 car runs in the number 6 position. Car number 44, Johnny Olson, now running 6th. Car number 70 showing some sparks in the tech crew taking a look at it. Car number 70 showing some sparks from the back end of the automobile. And going by on board, look at this, 3 abreast as they come around the corner. And the 70 car of Lyle Phillips gets the black as he's got a loose shock in that automobile, and he pulls it up. Your point leader headed for the pit area. And Lyle Phillips is out of it. The leader's now putting a lap on Bruce Lee, and the 2 car in the yellow light comes out. And Lyle Phillips goes dead on the race course, and that brings out the yellow flag, and they'll line him up nose to tail. And we'll get the 70 car put back in the pit area. And back at it we are as Rick Nelson continues to lead him. And the yellow comes out immediately.
Happy birthday to David Strami, 14 years old.
Here we go. Pace car's off. Green flag flies. Lap 9, we're on. Nelson with Todd Krupp right behind him. And down on the bottom is Andy Wendt. As Wendt sneaks past as they got Krupp out on the outside. Pete Moore trying to make a move as well. Dave Phillips on the move in the 27 car is closing in on the 44. Andy Wendt, look at this, 3 abreast, whoa, and they get into it. And they all keep going. Whoa, super driving job. Little banging and slamming goes on. And that allowed Dave Phillips right up into the action. Todd Krupp moves into the number 2 spot. Some three abreast hot dog racing went on right there. Peter Moore leads it now. Todd Krupp runs second. Andy Wendt is third. Rick Nelson and Dave Phillips fight for the fifth spot. Dave Phillips now runs in the number 4 spot. Russ Grossen closes in, goes to the high side on Rick Nelson, trying to get by. And Pete Moore is out of it. Pete Moore must have ducked in the pit area. Your leader, Pete Moore, out of it. Boy, we didn't even see him go. So Todd Krupp inherits the lead. 26th is running first. The 18 car runs in the number 2 spot. And it's Dave Phillips in 27 third. Russ Grossen in the 16th fourth. The 76 car of Greg Nelson is running in the 5th spot. And now Morrison in the 19 car. No, make it the 4 car of Kevin Noodleman on the move on the outside, now running 6th. "17 laps are complete. 8 to go. Todd Krupp closing in on John Otto in the 44. Put the 44 lap down. Oh, Nelson into the soft stuff. Oh, and he gets it under control. That brings the yellow out. Oh, boy, right to the edge of the race course. And that brings out the yellow flag. That'll bunch him up. Boy, Rick Nelson made a sandwich out of earlier in the event. Now he takes a ride through the mud out onto the race course. And the cross flags are displayed, meaning one more time around. Pace car will exit. Todd Krupp leads them down. Andy Wendt running second. Dave Phillips is third. Grossen is fourth. Kevin Noodleman running 5th. And John Olson in the 44 car is running in the number 6 spot. As green we are. Todd Krupp completes lap number 20. This will be 21 complete this next time by. 4 laps to go. And he opens up a 4-car length lead on Andy Wendt. A youngster out of Watertown leads another Watertown driver. Dave Phillips puts the pressure on Andy Wendt. Now 22 complete, 3 remain. .23 now down, 2 to go, and Todd Krupp I'm sure could see the light come on, knowing that means just 2 more times around. Todd Krupp with a nice lead. Comes down to the white flag. Survived that 3 abreast shunt earlier, watched himself very closely, then picked a hole down on the bottom, took the lead, and here he comes to the checkered flag. Todd Krupp out of Watertown is going to win it. Second place goes to Watertown driver Andy Wendt. Dave Phillips finishes third, and it's the 16 of Russ Grossen and the 4 of Kevin Noodleman. Todd Krupp out of Watertown, Wisconsin. Jerry's Excavating, Ken Krupp Insurance, Bessel Enterprises, and by the way, Paul Bessel and Greg down there at Bessel Enterprises building the frame and the suspension on this automobile. It's a fine place to go down and get a late model Sportsman or a late model car built for that matter. Bessel Enterprises. And a Kaiser Ford jacket and cap are going to go to Todd Krupp. Let's give him a nice hand. The Watertown driver, victorious in this one.